We are live. Take it away, Jose.
Hey everyone. Hi there. So welcome to week 4 of our Mastering the Basics training. I'm here. This is Dr. Josie Schmidt, ND, and I'm here with Aisha Harley and Haley Panaccio. Haley, I always think I'm saying your name wrong, but it's either
Oh, you got
Panaccio
it.
or,
You got it.
Yeah. I studied too many Romance languages, right? They're always like silent or not silent. So sorry about that. So we are here for week 4, and we are so excited to be moving forward, to be going on, right, with the follow-up appointment, the wellness consultation, the membership overview, however you want to call it. But before we do that, we really wanted to spend some time going over what we've gone over so far, because we've gone over a lot. And everyone has been doing so incredible and well with their videos and their homework. And so I just want to start out congratulating everybody. I was late to the call. I got my little dyslexic mind backwards and the whole 12 to 12:30 because I was so engrossed, you guys, in watching your videos. And I am still watching them. And I have been really we've been talking a little bit, taking in the feedback around how everyone is doing and what's going on in this process, because it's a real process of learning scripts and taking them. And it's like this razor's edge of getting comfortable with them and staying within the script, but then also making it your own. So, I'd like to talk a little bit about the big picture of this and kind of we're in the middle of it. I would say everyone's doing fantastic. We're in that place where you should just be practicing and practicing it, because it really does take a while to kind of get in the info of the script and kind of really learn it and be comfortable and kind of know it. And then there's that process of moving past that in what I call the razor's edge of making it your own. But so I want to start to get into just some global feedback, because everyone's kind of in the same place, and it's just a general place that we are when you're learning scripts and learning a new process. And one of the things is to caution against making it your own too much before you've actually learned the script. I don't know if you remember me talking about when we were learning one of our training programs, the EDGE program, where I made the analogy with an artist. And when you go to art school, they don't let you go into abstract painting and abstract art until you know how to line draw, until you can sit there and look at a model and draw a human form. And that's very linear. It's and it is copying exactly what you see and not interpreting. So I'm making that analogy to this. So we're really asking everyone to stay to the script at this point. And when I have a couple comments in the comment bars where I'm saying, yay for making it your own. At this point, making it your own should really just be the process of your own personal tone and pausing and enthusiasm. And like for me, I get quirky and I might be a little like, or something like that, but it's not changing the words. Maybe one word, switching it or something, but not one of the major words. You know how I bulletproofed them, like not leaving out free healthcare or leaving out doctor's office or spa, right? Those are some of those bullet words. And so let me get to that next piece. So really the making it your own is more that global, your intonation, your personality, but not really adding a lot in or taking away a lot out. And another kind of global piece I wanted to comment on was everyone's still memorizing and learning. And in that process, you're not yet usually to the place where you're kind of like can just roll it off. And sometimes you're reading it. And Haley and I were talking about that. And you can do that for a long time. If you need to take your script with you and read it at the class for a while, that is okay. So you start to, though, be comfortable reading it and just kind of glancing down. What we want to get to, though, is this understanding of why we're saying what we're saying. So that's one of the things I'm noticing. Some people are interpreting or leaving some things out or saying some things where I want to point out some of the why behind it. So that's when you get to know a script, it's that you've picked apart, why are they focusing on these parts of the close or this part rather than other things? And so it's understanding why you're saying what you're saying. And so one of the things is we're trying to be really succinct, and you have to think about and where you are in your class. You've already gone through your 40 to 45 minutes of your class. So you're at the end, people are kind of tired. You don't want to lose their attention. And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to, in a very fun and playful and non-threatening way, present to them that there's 3 types of people who come to the class. That's that whole script, is that doTERRA works with customers, some people who are sharers, and some people who want to build a business. That's the point of that script. So it's a long script. I actually, in hindsight and watching and all of us, we could, as we get to know it, shorten it up a little bit. That you do not want the sense that you're in a classroom and that you're teaching people about the 3 types of people. That's not the sense you want to be giving is a class. You want it to be kind of airy and just like, hey, there's 3 types of people who come to my class. I just want to let you know and give you an idea of where you might fit in the whole picture of our doTERRA family. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, the 3 types of people. So that's more the feeling you want to have with that one. The close is more succinct, right? It's a shorter script. And I noticed a lot of people were just kind of breezing past below wholesale. They're just like, and you can get things below wholesale. That's the close of the close. So you're leading up that whole close to that one sentence. That's your pinnacle, your pièce de résistance. You want that to like hit it. Hold on, I'm getting feedback myself. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. Well, okay, we'll get to that. So in essence, you want to be building up to the below wholesale. You're kind of like taking down, you don't want to give them extra options of retail, like, oh, and here's retail and doctor's spa office. But if you want, a couple of people were saying, but if you want retail, the whole point of the script is that we're not selling them retail. We're not giving them other options of retail. So that's one thing where a couple of people were going off, and that's just, and so that's the whole point of the script. Don't go off there. And then the second type, most people were pretty good with the below wholesale because it's kind of that easy thing of like relating it. And analogies are really good, right? That's why we use Costco. It's an analogy that people can relate to and understand and be like, oh, right. It's kind of an analogy is like an image. It's really easy to grasp the concept. But then we want to drop this kind of seed, but it's really a bomb of this third thing, which is there's below wholesale. And I'm going to tell that, and then that gets to segue into as I move around the room with you, and then moving right into it. But you want to really emphasize the below wholesale, and you want to say it in a way where maybe your eyes get bigger, or that's where you get to do your own flair. So these were some of kind of the bigger starting to get the gestalt of these 2. The gestalt is like the big picture of what are these about, these scripts? What's the end? I like to say that as I'm teaching, like thinking from the end. Why am I doing this script? Why am I leaving out what I'm leaving out? Because we're leaving out a lot. There's so much information that we can be giving them. But the whole point of the script is to take away just the distillation in this moment, because we're choosing to tell them the most important things right now, because we know they're already kind of blown out. So Haley or Aisha, do you guys want to say any global things about kind of where we are with the 2 closed scripts that we've been, that I've been talking about so far, and some feedback?
Am I echoing?
No.
Oh, I'm echoing. Okay. So I'm going to pass it over to, I'm getting a bad echo. Hold on, it's making it. Let me try this.
Okay, that's better. The only one thing I want to say, and then let's hand it over to Haley so we can get going on the content for today, is I love everything that you were saying. And the one thing that I really want to stress is the reason we are teaching these exact transitions is because we find it's where people get awkward and uncomfortable. And even like, as Josie was saying, people are breaking down with, and you can just get it below wholesale, when that's really the buildup for loyalty rewards. That's how you get it below wholesale. That's where you get the best value for your family. So you want to plant that seed as an introduction before you're actually going to talk to them about it more. So all of this is very thought through. It works. We're teaching it to you because it works, and it's been tested, and it's been, used by some of our top leaders in this company. And so there is that line of making it your own, and then also understanding the script and the parts of the scripts and why we're saying them. So Haley, why don't you take it away, and let's just do the quick review of the scripts thus far, and then let's move forward with our class for today. Does that sound good? Oh, I can't hear you.
You there?
Oh,
yep.
Try it now.
Okay, how about now?
We got it.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I just wanted to say that the videos have been amazing, and I think you guys are totally getting outside your comfort zone, and that's one of the biggest pluses to having to do these. It is so uncomfortable to record yourself on a video and post it for the planet to see, a group this size even. So huge props to all of you guys who have done that. I've thoroughly enjoyed watching them. And I just wanted to piggyback on what Josie and Aisha said is, this is an amazing script that we can use to duplicate. And so I kind of said in the chat, it's like the telephone game. So it's not that the close isn't up for interpretation or the types of people can't be shortened or put in your own flair on it to make it your own. But if we change too much of it, or we expand on it too much, or we add anything or make it totally different, we're falling back into our old pattern where nothing is duplicable. So we have all of this different changes and all of these different things that we can't pass on to our team. So it's like the telephone game where we started by telling one person that we want to play on the playground, and it ends up 10 people down that one of us is crazy and we should go eat ice cream. And none of that was the original message. So we want to keep it to what is duplicatable in our team. So if we change it, then we can't keep it going. We want to encourage all of them to stick right to it. And like what Aisha said is, we're making below wholesale the huge selling point. So if you make retail or standard wholesale exciting, that's what people gravitate towards. So if we're telling them, we don't want you to buy retail, but this is how you do it, we're kind of being a little bit counterintuitive there. Or standard wholesale is an option, and these are all the ways you can do it. We don't want to tell them that. We just want to say, these are two options, but this is the best way. Because you can have an individual conversation with people if they want to get one oil, or they're really stuck on just getting a standard wholesale account to start with. Then it's just individual to them. But when you're in a group of 10 people, you don't want to set the premise that those are the 2 points, right? And so Josie had a really good point about your annotations and your pauses and your enthusiasm. So we're robotic when we read scripts. That's the point of it. But that way you have it in your brain so solidified that when it comes out in front of a class, it's supernatural. So I'm imagining you watch yourself on a video and you're like, oh my gosh, I seem like so flat. No, I'm not smiling. I kind of seem boring. That's okay, because you have the words. If the words are right and you listen to yourself, you're going to know what you can do better, and you're going to have it so that you can listen to it before a class. And I listen to myself and I'm like, oh my gosh, that was the worst. I have to fix this. And then it's good feedback. It's all good information to have. So practicing it just makes you better. So when you're in front of the class, you've already been uncomfortable, you've already put yourself out there, and you've already heard what it sounds like, you now have the information to use. So I would encourage you to make your video and make it better and make it better, and stick to the scripts, because that's what will duplicate, and that's what will get across to your people. Simple. Always think, if you were in that audience and you did not speak doTERRA or know anything about it, your brain is overloaded, and now somebody's giving you so much information you can't wrap your head around it. simple at the end of it is when people get stuff. So you don't want to confuse minds, don't buy. Make sure that you're simple, simple, simple. Okay, so the scripts that we have so far, right, we've gone through how you share oils. I'm going to give you just a run through, right? How you share oils with people. You share, would you be open to something natural for that? And if they say yes, well, what do you know about essential oils? Would you be open to learning more, right? I actually am an essential oil educator. So what I usually do, you have your usually script to invite them to a one-on-one. And then when you schedule your first appointment, you know exactly how to run through that. You're going to share. I wanted to be clear about this in a one-on-one. Your first thing in every appointment with anyone, a one-on-one, a class, a business overview, a wellness consultation, all of it. You always review the agenda first. Always, always. So we don't want to jump straight in with Jeff. So how's it going? What are we working on, right? We want to give them, this is what we're doing first. This is our agenda. This is what it will look like. This is our time frame. Because now I'm saying to you, I value your time and I value my time. And this is what we're going through. It gives everybody that clear thing. Don't you love in a class in college or high school where you have a syllabus and you know exactly what's coming through the class? You're like, okay, it's only 15 more minutes of this. Or, oh, there's 30 more minutes of this and the class is going to end here. It's like you can pay attention because you know the time frame. When you're constantly wondering if they're going to take 2 hours of your life or 5 hours of your life or 10, you're always looking at the clock and you're not absorbing the information. Whether you want to be there or not, we're always concerned with time. It's like a subconscious thing that happens. So be clear with them about your time frame, your agenda. Then you go into what you're working on in your one-on-one, right? You guys have done that. Hopefully you guys have scheduled some of those and they've been successful, it sounds like. And then you've asked them that question. You've scheduled your wellness consultation with them. And 14 days is when we want to have that happen faster. We want to get over there or talk to them on Zoom or call them on the phone when they get their oils, because that's when they're most excited. I can't tell you how many times you show up at people's house and they haven't opened their oils. And I'm like, what is happening? It's Christmas over here, you guys. How do you keep that locked down? I don't even get it. So you really want to get over there and help them, or get on the phone with them or Zoom and help them get through their product. So that's what we're going to talk about today, is what a wellness consultation looks like. So do you remember how at the end of a class, you said to them something really amazing about enrolling with me and becoming a part of my team or whoever? I get to give you a free wellness consultation. Sorry about the phone ringing, one sec. So I get to offer you a free wellness consultation. And what that means is I get to show you how to use all of your amazing products that you just got and how to incorporate them into your life and your family's life. And then I'm going to show you how to get those below wholesale prices like we talked about. So now they're amped to schedule a wellness consultation with you, because not only will they know how to use all their stuff and they don't have to remember anything that was in the class, but they're also going to now know how to get the most exciting thing, which is below wholesale, which equals LRP, right? So they've scheduled this with you, and now we're here at the wellness consultation. So that's what we're covering today. And you did that same thing in a one-on-one, that same exact scheduling of the same thing. So typically in a wellness consultation, I would like, Sheila, can you tell me what you think we do in a wellness consultation?
We do the same thing we do in a one-on-one.
And what is that?
What is that? That's a good question. Not sure right now, sweets.
Okay, so we just told them in a one-on-one or a class that we are going to tell them how to use their products and how to get their below wholesale prices, right? So in a wellness consultation, we're going to tell them how to use their products and how to get their stuff below wholesale, all their future orders. So it's just exactly what we tell them that we're scheduling is exactly what we're doing when we show up, nothing different. So when you show up to a wellness consultation, typically what you're going to bring is a notepad to write things down on, right? You're going to bring a reference book, maybe the one that you incentivized them with and that you gave them at the time of enrollment, or maybe you don't give it to them until they have their wellness consultation, whatever works for you. I always bring vitamins with me, Lifelong Vitality Pack, because this is where you present the vitamins. We focus on top 10 oils always at a one-on-one in a class, and we pitch the vitamins at a class. So always bring those, because that's an LRP item right there. And then your phone or whatever to do your showing them how to get into their back office and purchase orders. So first thing we do in a wellness consult. Somebody's going to tell me. Raise your hand. Somebody jump in. What do we do? First thing. Lynn, go. I think you're muted. You're still muted.
We're going to first review what we're going to talk about, and then we're going to get into the oils that they purchased and how to use them, and then we're going to go into the below wholesale price and how do they get that.
Yes, yes, you nailed it. First thing, agenda. Always agenda. So we're going to tell them, right? I'm super excited that you got your products, and I'm so excited that I get to come over here and help you incorporate them. So today we're going to cover how to use everything that you just purchased and incorporate it into your life and your family's life, right? And we'll create a wellness routine so that you feel totally comfortable with your morning, evening, nighttime routine. We'll do that together. So that's where you're going to empower them as we go through this to look up in their book how to find answers to their questions. That's empowerment right there, or in their any reference material you provide. And I'll show you how to make future purchases at those below wholesale prices like we talked about. So that's your first thing. Then we're going to review their health goals just like we did in a one-on-one. So I know you shared with me some of your health goals when we last met. So whether that was at a one-on-one or a class, right? They kind of shouted a few out at a class, which you might remember or you might not. Or in your one-on-one, you might have completely forgotten, but you're going to tell them, I know you shared some of them with me, but I would love it if we could just review some of those. So what are we working on? Okay, so they're going to start going through their health stuff, and now they probably have a little bit more rapport with you, so they might give you a lot more than they first gave you at the initial appointment. And your goal here is matching up the products, right, that they've purchased to those health goals. And you're going to say, so as we go through these health goals, you're going to keep asking them, anything else? Is there anything else? Is there anything else? What else? Okay, what else are we working on? What about your son? I know you had mentioned something about your son at the class. Tell me about that. And we're going to keep them going. So time frame for a wellness consultation is about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. So you're going to now be, they're going to be listing all that out and you're writing it down, right? On your notepad, all of those things. So then you're going to say, okay, so we're going to go over what oils can help support with these health goals and concerns you're working on. And there might be some that you don't have with you right now. So I'm going to have you start a wish list for some oils that might benefit you in the future. Mark, target some of those ones that they don't target specifically in these top 10 that you got. And that way, now they're going to have a running wish list. Because if you tell them, well, you can just write down the oils that you can order later. People are like, well, I'm not writing anything down. I don't know how expensive these are, and I don't want to order more stuff, and it's kind of scary. But if you just, it's just a wish list. People will freely write on a wish list. So you're going to tell them, we're going to create a wish list for oils that might be helpful in the future for some of the things that we're working on. Okay, so they are now writing down things as you go. So let's say anxiety is one of the things that they list for you. You might say lavender is a super amazing supportive oil for anxiety. It's one of those ones that come in your top 10. So you're going to put a drop in your hand, you're going to breathe it, you could put it on your feet, right? You give them the ways to use it. And then you're going to say, if for some reason lavender doesn't work for you, we really want to make sure we find things. There's a couple of other ones I might recommend in the future for you. So why don't you write down, let's say bergamot or vetiver. And so they're just writing these things down on their wish list. So they're going to have a running list all the way down. So as you go through this, right, you're telling them how to use the ones they have. So if they say digestive upset, you're going to say digest then, and this is how you would use it. And you can review. So as you're using these, you might find that some are hot. You might find that some are a little bit more sensitive on the skin. So you give them your little safety spiel. So they're now feeling totally comfortable using their oils. So once you've gone through their health goals and matched them and how to use them, the top 10 that they have, if they don't give you a health goal that matches up, you're still going to give them 2 ways to use every other oil in their kit. So let's say they give you 5 health goals and you've matched those 5 with 5 oils in the kit. You now have 5 remaining oils in there if there's the top 10, right? You're going to give them 2 things for each of those. So let's say they don't talk about weight loss or detox, but you want to talk about lemon. So you might give them 2 ways to use lemon. You can put it in your water, you can use it to clean, whatever their lifestyle's like. It might be a different recommendation for every person. No more than 2 things. So 2 things for every oil. just like we did in our one-on-one. 2 things for every oil. Because if they, let's say that you give them 5 things for each oil, that's 10 oils. That's 50 things they have to remember, and they're brand new to oils. It's too much. 2 things. They will learn it as they go, and as you've empowered them in the book, you're going to help them look up that stuff and learn it on their own. So if they say something that you have no idea about, say they shout out bone spurs, and you're like, I don't know what oil is for that. You show them, I actually have no idea, but this amazing resource has all the answers. So let's look it up together. And then you show them how to use the book. So they've been empowered now to use the reference material and the resources that they have. So our goal here has been to walk them through the health goals that they've had and identify oils to help them with those. And then to help them create a wish list outside of that. Give them 2 things for every other oil in their kit. That might be oregano. Oregano came in your Home Essentials kit, and it's a super powerful oil for your immune system. So you might not need it every day. It's not something that you're probably going to pull out of your arsenal all the time. But when you do actually catch that flu bug, or you feel super funky, or your son's this or that, that's when you're going to bring this one out. And this is how you're going to use it. 2 ways. So now they have 2 ways of using every single oil. So then we're going to talk about the LLV. I'm also going to post this entire thing that I'm telling you guys in your group. So I know you're writing, but you're going to have the whole agenda, all of it, everything that's coming out of my mouth, I will post for you. So you're going to talk about the LLV, because this is super important. Right, Josie? She can totally say, yes, this is super important. So you're going to bring up the lifelong vitality, and you can do that however you want. Do you currently take a multivitamin? Because if you don't, you should, and here's why. So you're going to talk about the lifelong vitality and how valuable it is, whatever your spiel is on it, just because you would not be doing them any favors by not sharing. Whether they decide to use it or not, or incorporate it or not, they need to know it's an option, because it is amazing. And we all know it's amazing. So tell them about that, and about how they get that extra discount if they get it through the LRP program at the end. So you're going to talk about the money back guarantee. You're going to talk about the importance of the LLV, and just be confident in your recommendation. You know that it changed lives. It's changed my life. It's probably changed somebody's life that you know. You would not be doing them any favors by keeping that from them. So now they have all of the answers about how to use their oils, right? And they're going to be super empowered in using that book. You're going to say, so now I really want to show you how to place orders for future purchases and get those below wholesale prices. So if you had a chance to get into your account, I know they sent you an email, you know, they might say yes or no. Well, let's hop in there so I can show you how to do this. So you're going to tell them, so when you get, well, I'm sure I want to show you how to get those below wholesale prices like we talked about. So doTERRA has what's called a loyalty rewards program. And this is what that means. So this is where you get to go into details about all the stuff you wanted to tell them about in the class, but their heads were going to fall off their bodies. So you have to wait until you get to the follow-up, because they're fresh and excited. They have their products right now, and they want to know how to get the best prices. So they're like so tuned into you, like they are almost on the edge of their seat. I'll follow all these percentages and all these PVs and all that if it means at the end of it, I get a below wholesale discount. So you want to share with them just the simple things about that. You get your shipping back, the percentages, it's an auto ship, but you only have to get 1 thing a month. I always say this to them, you guys. You only have to get 1 thing a month to be on the loyalty rewards program, because it's so much easier to have somebody on the program and show them how to cancel if for some reason they didn't want it, versus having them wait and getting on it later. It's a really big selling point to even just get them on it. And when they are at all resistant, you only have to get 1 thing a month, and you actually just created a whole wish list of items. So that could potentially just be one of those a month you wanted to incorporate, or several every month. And like I said, those vitamins you get at an amazing discount at X, Y, and Z when you're on this program. So you have nothing to lose by being on it. It's rad. Nobody doesn't get on it when they know they only have to get 1 thing. They already have a wish list of 10 to 15 things. That's like a year's worth of stuff in their brain. And when they're actually on it, they realize the benefit and they actually get more than 1 thing. I've not had somebody just get 1 thing, but when you get them on it, it's the value in it. So it's better to get them on it than to not get them on it by saying they have to get a certain amount or whatever. So then you're going to walk them through how to set that up. So why don't I show you how to set that up now? I've not had anybody at all feel resistant to this. So you guys know how to do this. You walk them through their back office, you help them pick the date, they set up their LRP. And then this is the best question. I'm kind of going through the material fast because I want to role play with you guys. But you are always going to ask them is, have you ever considered either getting your oils paid for or even potentially earning an income with doTERRA? You're going to ask them that question. Have you ever considered either getting your oils paid for or even potentially getting or earning an income with doTERRA? And what do you think that question is? Are you interested in the business opportunity, right? So if they say, yeah, I've considered it, or no, I've never thought about that, but I would totally love to get my oils paid for. This is where we say, what I usually do, I know you guys see it all on your faces. You knew it was coming. What I usually do is I schedule a 30-minute appointment. We go over your income goals or how you get your oils paid for. I'll tell you a little bit about how doTERRA works and maybe their compensation plan, and then I'll explain the process. So, of course, you'd have no commitment to do, to any of that. But if you decide you're interested, I'll show you how we get started. Does that sound like something you'd be interested in? And they're like, yeah. So now you've just scheduled a business overview. And that's what we get to learn next week. So it's always, you're literally taking your what I usually do script and you're taking out your health goals and replacing it with income goals. You're taking out your talk about doTERRA and why you choose it to how doTERRA works and their compensation plan. And then the kits is the training process and what that looks like. So it's just taking pieces of a universal script and putting in new things. So you'll always remember it. And so if somebody says no to you, nope, I totally don't want my oils paid for, I've never considered it, and I'm not open to it, here's where you're going to ask for a referral. And this might feel super scary to people because you always feel like, I don't want to ask you about your friends or if I can have access to your network or any of those things. It feels like you're trying to get something from them. But really, if this person doesn't want to share or doesn't want to teach classes or isn't interested, that doesn't mean that a lot of their family can't benefit from essential oils. They know that and you know that. So what I usually say to people are, so I know that you're not interested in earning an income or getting them for free. So if you ever are, please let me know. But just like I offered you a one-to-one, I would love to extend that offer because you're now a part of my team to 2 people that you know. So if you think you have 2 people in your life who could absolutely benefit from a phone call with me, I am happy to do that for you. And now I'm offering my services and something valuable that I have to 2 people that they care about. And most of the time people are like, oh my gosh, yeah, my grandma totally needs this. I just don't want to do any of that. I would love to have you call her and help her with this. She has this wrong and this wrong and this, and then it ends up being like 5 people. So if you say, I would love to extend this offer that I have, that I've offered to you, to 2 of your friends and family, people are so more than happy to do that. And if you think about it, let's say you were sitting down with, what's somebody an acupuncturist or a chiropractor, and they're like, you know what, because you came to me, I'm going to offer 2 of your friends a 30-minute session with me. You'd be like, I have 2 friends who need adjustments. I totally need to have 2 friends who could benefit from this. Yeah, I'll give you please call them. They would love that. This is the exact same thing. You have something that's an amazing thing that you're offering to people, and now you're offering it to 2 of the people that they care about. So it's super valuable. And so you either have gotten a referral or you've scheduled a business conversation off of your wellness consultation, always. So you can connect them here with your whatever continuing education things that you have. Some people have Facebook groups, some people have online websites. You can have them connected in all of those ways. But your goal here is really to make sure they know how to use their products. That's your main focus. So try not to squirrel in these appointments all over the place. Okay, so you're going to talk about how they use their oils, how they purchase future oils, and if they're interested in getting them paid for or earning an income. Those are your 3 things. So I want to remind you, and I'm really trying to hammer this home, you guys, if you feel like you need to share a story about yourself and how they worked for you, don't. This is all about them. If they specifically ask you, I want to know how this has worked for somebody, go ahead and share. But if they have a health concern, like headaches, don't go into well, I use peppermint and it's changed my life, and my family uses peppermint and all my friends use peppermint. Focus on them. Peppermint is the one that's going to help you and your family. That's it. It's not about you. Because they're sitting there thinking, is this appointment about me or is it about you? You kind of just stole the show. And whether you realize it or not, people feel it. It's not about us. It's all about them. And it's hard. It sounds easy as you're sitting here listening to me say it, but even I struggle with it. And I'm like, shh, take a drink of water. Stop it. Don't say anything. It's all about them. So make sure you really remember that. And you'll catch yourself a lot of times trying to do that. So who wants to does that feel clear to you guys, how you run a wellness consultation? Raise your hand if it feels good. Yeah? Okay. So it's really simple. We used to go in with a big packet and you walk them through a bunch of things and you kind of go over all this stuff, and that might not be applicable to their life and their lifestyle. So we really want to focus. This is a really personalized appointment where we can help you identify how we can help you specifically in your life and your family's life. And I want to make sure that you get the best out of this membership and the best out of your oils and the most support. Because that's what keeps people. That's your retention right there. It's all in the follow-up all the time. So if you show up making it about them, it will always be somebody who comes back to you. So who feels comfortable doing a wellness consultation right now or trying to? Somebody's going to have to do it because I'm going to call one of you out if I don't get a volunteer.
I just want to say I don't yet because I've done it so much in a different way and haven't really done it this way that I kind of feel confused until I hear someone else.
Okay. I appreciate your honesty, Jewel. Suzanne, go for it, sister.
Okay, so Haley, you're just wanting me to summarize the points, basically. That
I'm wanting you to do a wellness consultation with me.
Okay. Hold on just a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so Haley, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me today. As we discussed, we'll be here about 45 to 60 minutes. We're going to go over your health goals and concerns. We're going to talk about everything that you purchased and that you now have. And I'm going to show you how to make your future purchases below wholesale. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
Okay, great. So first of all, I wanted to review the health goals that you had mentioned previously when we met. And I'm just going to make some up. You had mentioned seasonal allergies as being a concern, and sleep support. What are some of the other health concerns you have?
I actually really struggle with crazy bad digestive stuff. Every time I have ice cream, it's like the worst.
Okay.
And I also get sunburned all the time. I have this super big aversion to sunscreen, so I'm always getting sunburned, and It's really obnoxious.
Okay.
And I also want to lose 10 pounds in the next month. That would be really awesome.
Great. What else?
Gosh, what else? My brother has a really bad back and he's always complaining about it. So I either need something for back pain or something to make him stop complaining.
Okay. What else? Who else is in your family that you would be sharing these oils with?
I do have pets in my house.
Okay.
I don't know that I would use them on them, but I don't know if is it fine that I use them with my pets or around them or?
Absolutely, and we can talk about how you can support your pets naturally. Is that of interest to you?
Yeah, it might be if I can.
Okay.
I don't want to kill my dog or anything, but
that's a good thing. Okay, what else?
Yeah, I don't know what else at the moment. I think that's pretty much most of the things I want to start with.
Okay, great. So we're going to review the oils that you bought in your Home Essentials kit and how they can target the health concerns and goals that you mentioned. And as we go through, I'd like to also create a wish list. And the reason for this is some of the oils that you have are maybe a direct hit for your health concerns. But there are a whole variety of plants and other essential oils to choose from. So there may be some other suggestions that I come up with, or as we look in the reference book, the book might come up with. So are you open to starting a wish list?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, awesome. So you mentioned in our original meeting, you mentioned seasonal allergies. Well, you are in luck because in your kit, you have 3 oils that are a natural antihistamine. So lavender, lemon, and peppermint. And you might want to write this down.
Okay.
A great protocol for seasonal allergies. Simple to use. You could put a couple of drops of each into a cup of water, swish it around in your mouth and swallow that. That's if you don't mind the potency of peppermint. So here, let's smell that. And, okay, all right. So we've just exposed you. We've opened your oils. You're experiencing.
Whoa, that's super strong. I feel like it's like burning my eyes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so most of us recognize how potent and strong peppermint is, but it's terrific for inflammation. So with your seasonal allergies, it's a key component for natural support.
Awesome.
So if you find that it's too strong to put it in the cup, you can also diffuse in your beautiful diffuser. So let me show you how to use your diffuser. You can take it apart, here's your fill line. You can actually put those drops of lemon, lavender, and peppermint into the diffuser and off you go. Okay, so that's another way to expose your body to this antihistamine.
I didn't think I could target allergies in a diffuser. This is awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, you have another oil I want to point out that will be really supportive for your allergies, and that's your Breathe oil. Breathe, again, you can put it in the diffuser, or you can even manually have an aromatic experience by taking the oil and putting it into your hand. So here, give me your hand. Give me your hand. I can't see your hand. Where's your hand? There we go. Okay, there you go. Rub your hands together. Take a nice deep breath. How does that feel?
At the moment, it hurts to breathe, but it feels good.
Okay, well, do it a few more times. It's really going to help open up. So do it again. Do it again.
Oh, yeah, it's really good. If I hold it a little bit away from my face, it's really good.
Awesome. Yeah, and you may even want to close your eyes. It has peppermint in it, and you already expressed that peppermint is strong for you.
What do I do if I get it in my eye on accident?
Well, you want to try and not do that, first of all. You don't ever want to put the oils directly into your eyes or into your ears. But if you accidentally do, water and oil are not friendly. So you're going to want to grab something like your fractionated coconut oil, which we might put this on your wish list. This is a great thing to have in the essential oil support system. And you could take and, first of all, make sure your hands are clean of the essential oil, so soap and water. Grab the fractionated coconut oil and actually dab it right around your eye, the one that you feel that you got the essential oil into. That's going to help to immediately dilute and pull that oil away from your eye.
Okay.
Okay, do you really want me to go through all these?
No, that was perfect. You can move on to the next part. But do you guys see how you're just teaching them as we go how to use these oils? Each single one. You're doing so good, Suzanne. I love this. Okay, keep going.
Okay, so we didn't do the wish list, but let's pretend, as we walk through, we're giving some suggestions there.
Well, I have coconut oil on here, so that's good.
Oh yeah, okay, we do have one item. Okay, so the other thing I brought, and I don't have it right here, is I brought the daily supplements that doTERRA makes. These are amazing, and based on what we've already gone over with your digestive system, allergies, sleep support, and your desire to lose weight, bringing these nutrients into your daily life are a must. So you're going to cover all of your fish oils, your vitamins and nutrients, your fermented whole foods that are easily digestible. It's going to help with inflammation and nutrient absorption. So I would highly recommend that we put the Lifelong Vitality Pack, which is the proper name of the daily supplements, onto your wish list. And that you, in fact, because you enrolled in September, there's a promotion right now. So we'll talk next about how to get into your account and place future orders. You are in a position where you can actually walk away with a free set of these, which will be an amazing way to bring them into.
What?
I
want to do that.
know, right? Okay, so let's jump into your account.
Okay.
So Okay, so once you're in your account, let me show you, this is a great resource for learning more about your oils or your doTERRA products in general. Here's the search bar, or you can use these icons. So here we are, you're loving all of that. So that brings me to the part of how do you order in the future? How do you get that free supplement package? And ultimately, how do you purchase below wholesale? And
yeah, I want to know how to do that.
Yeah, totally. So here is you can see there's the choice of making a one-time purchase or making a monthly purchase, what they call the loyalty rewards. The only requirement here is buying one product a month. And how are you feeling right now? Are you feeling like these are products that you can easily bring into your life to start to adjust your wellness routine?
Well, absolutely. And if I only have to get one thing,
yeah,
what do I get if I get on this program?
Well, so first of all, it's a great way to get those free supplements. So today, if we set up a 100 PV, which is essentially 100 wholesale dollars worth of oils in your cart to process next month, you're going to get those free supplements. So
okay.
Let's start building that. Let's look at your wish list and pull that together. And that's how you start to acquire points, is when you order on Loyalty Rewards, you can start to acquire these free product points.
And what is the Loyalty Rewards program?
Yeah, so Loyalty Rewards is a customizable, changeable, you can cancel at any time program that doTERRA offers, but it's the smartest way to buy all of your product, and it's the only way I buy mine. And so
this is how I get below wholesale?
This is how you get below wholesale, because by purchasing products, and in this case, by purchasing at least 50 PV, which is 50 wholesale essential oil dollars, you start to earn free points back. So on a 100 PV order, you're going to start out by getting 10% back, or 10 points, which, guess what? That's a free bottle of lemon. And we've already talked about using lemon for your weight loss, so that may be a product to use a lot. So by purchasing next month, not only are you going to get your free supplements, but you're going to be in a position to, on the following month, get a free bottle of lemon with those points if you want.
Awesome.
Okay. Is that enough?
I'm just going to give you a tip that if you feel like you're losing any of your people with the complicated little things about the Loyalty Rewards, whether it's spending 50 PV or just this or free, sometimes that can be overloading for people. Keep it simple. If they feel like they're following you, you can go with it. But if they're glazing over, your highlights are your shipping back, and you get a percentage back when you spend a certain amount. Just very simple, just like we did with our clothes. You want it to be simple so that they want to do it, and all that rest fills in. Because either way, if they are clear that they're just needing to get one thing to stay on it, and they're benefiting, they'll get on it. And the rest of it is almost like more of a perk.
So the assumption is that in future conversations, before they process their second LRP, you're now discussing more of those nitty-gritty details, so they understand the 50 PV level. And so you're not necessarily addressing that in this first.
And you can if they're following you. Right. But a lot of times these people are going to have ongoing support, and they're likely going to say, I don't remember about this or that. Right. And that could be something that you might even send to them ahead of time. But I just want you to be clear that when you're sharing it with them for the first time, it is kind of a complicated thing to grasp. So we just want them to know that it isn't that complicated and you benefit.
Got it.
So even though it sounds complicated, we speak doTERRA.
Right.
So it sounds simple, but you can easily overwhelm somebody if they don't speak the language.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm curious, Haley, have you thought about getting your oils for free?
I can get my oils for free.
Yeah.
What?
One of the beautiful things about what I do is I help support and educate, as you know, for people to bring natural wellness into their life. And that is an opportunity for others to start a business with doTERRA.
Oh, I don't want to do a business.
Okay,
I don't want to do anything.
what do I say here?
So if they say yes, right? Yeah, I'm interested. Well, great. What I usually do when people are interested is I schedule a 30-minute appointment, and then you just schedule it right off of that. We don't want to give them any more information, right? It's just like a class. They're tapped out.
Okay. So, so that's great. I'm excited to hear that you're interested in learning about getting your free oils. Because we set 45 to 60 minutes for this appointment, I really want to honor that time frame. So usually what I do is I set up a 30-minute appointment to sit down, talk about your income goals, share a little bit more about doTERRA and essential oils and how that may work for you. Does that sound like something that you would be interested in discussing?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, great. So I have an available appointment Thursday at 4 or Tuesday at 10. Which one works for you?
The second one.
Okay, great.
That was awesome.
Okay.
Good job, Suzanne. Do you guys see how it just flows through? And we did that super fast. So you have 45 minutes to play with these people. So you can give them more detailed information on how they use it. You want to make sure they're fully comfortable using everything they have. You don't want to leave there with them wondering, because they won't use it. It will sit on their shelf and they will never pull it out. We are not doing them a service if we don't show them how to use everything that they got. So we really want to make sure that they're comfortable doing that and they have that wish list and they know how to make their orders. So I need 2 volunteers. Jill, you're one of them. And one more. Who's it going to be?
I'll go.
Okay.
I'm awake now.
Okay.
I've been voluntold.
Yes, voluntold. Huge truth bomb. Here it comes. Okay, so I'm going to have you facilitate, Jill. You're giving the wellness consultation to Sheila. Okay, Sheila, you're the one who's showing up for the wellness consult. You just got your products. You enrolled with a family essentials kit. Okay, and Lynn, how are you doing up there, Lynn? You're going to be the support. So if you guys need help, Lynn is going to help you.
Oh, I'm gonna need lots of help.
Okay, Lynn, can you handle it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay, hi Sheila. It's so great to see you again, and so glad that we're able to meet up. And I just wanted to share with you a couple of things. But before we get started, I just wanted to kind of go over our agenda for the meeting today and make sure that you're super clear with everything and comfortable. And so without further ado, I think we should get started so we can talk about you. How does that sound?
That sounds great. I've got these bottles of oils and I don't know what to do with them. So can you help me?
I hope so. No, I sure can. Absolutely. So as you remember, when we met for the wellness consultation, you shared with me some of your health concerns. You noted that you had some seasonal allergy as well, and then also maybe some issues with sleep. And so between now and the time that we met, have you had an opportunity to think maybe about anything else that might be a challenge, or anything that might be a challenge for anyone else in your family that you'd like to share with me?
Yeah, my boyfriend's having some low back issues.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What else? Anything else that you might like to share and talk about?
My daughter has growing pains that came up a couple days ago. She's crying in the middle of the night.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. My
Okay.
mom has some plantar fasciitis issues.
Okay. So a little bit of everything going on. What else?
That's all I can think about right now.
Okay. All right. Well, because, we're just really wanting to make sure that you're comfortable with everything, I think it would be maybe a great time to delve into your kit and get started and make sure that you're comfortable. And so I think okay, great your notes. Okay, so you're going to write everything down. So you mentioned, in the consultation that you had a couple of issues with sleep and with seasonal allergies. And so let's start off by talking a little bit about maybe the oil or a couple of oils that might work well for seasonal allergies. Does that sound all right? Great. Okay.
You're doing great, Jill. I would just now guide her to make a wish list as you're going to go.
Okay, that sounds great. So, as we're chatting here, lots of things are going to come up, and I'm sure you're going to have questions. And so it's a great opportunity to maybe jot some things down, maybe come up with a wish list so that, in the future, we can discuss those areas of concern a little bit more, and it'll be easy to refer back to that list.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, awesome. So let's do that. So a couple of oils. I think one of the best oils in the kit would be the lavender or even the peppermint for the seasonal allergies. And so if you want to grab that out, I can show you a couple of ways to use that. Awesome, you've got that there. So you have a diffuser that came, I'm going to pretend that it came in the kit. I think it does. I can't remember. But anyway, diffuser that came in the kit. Have you had a chance to set that up? And
this kit does not have a diffuser.
Oh, it doesn't.
So
okay.
It might be a wish list item though.
That could be, yeah. So let's go ahead and take you have the lavender there. So I'm sorry, I'm starting to struggle here. But anyway, let's take the lavender out. And I think what I like to do with the lavender is just put a couple of drops in your hand. If you could, rub your hands together, close your eyes, and take a nice big whiff in. How does that feel?
It smells amazing. It makes me so happy.
So glad. Why don't you give it another try? Isn't that fabulous?
Mm-hmm. So you want me to smell the lavender?
I do. I just want you to breathe and take it all in if you could.
Okay, great.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that one works for you and you seem to enjoy it, which is awesome. Sometimes it's a hit and miss and, with the oils. And so we always like to have a backup oil. Say the lavender wasn't something that you were super fond of or it just didn't work for you. Then I would suggest maybe doing the same thing with the peppermint. Mm-hmm. One of the other ways that you could use both of those oils would be to put a couple of drops in a diffuser and use that throughout the day. It's just fabulous to have that going. And so I think you might really like that too.
Okay. Somebody was talking about a gargle. They were saying to gargle with the lavender.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So if you, would like to use either one of those drops, be prepared. Super strong, so be sparing. But you could get a glass of water, swish that around, and give it a swallow. Again, it will be, potent, but you will. I hope I'm right here. Be able to find some relief with that as well. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Yeah. And then is the peppermint, is that a cold oil, or somebody was talking about like hot oils or warm oils? Like what is peppermint?
Peppermint is a plant-based essential oil. I need some help. Is it a cold-based oil?
Isn't it a hot oil? I think.
It's a hot. Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, help.
Okay, so you might say peppermint can create some sensitivity on the skin, right? It's a cooling oil, so it might be super cold to the skin. But if there is any sensitivity, this is where you go into your safety stuff.
Okay, and that's what I'm not super familiar.
And you also could, if you had no idea, you might say, I actually don't know the answer to that. But this book that I brought talks about peppermint. Why don't we look that up?
Awesome. Yeah. And then you're not leaving them hanging because you've got the doTERRA Bible right there.
Exactly. You don't have to know all the answers.
No. Okay. Yeah. So the peppermint, And I'll share. I just love the peppermint. So Sheila, I think that would be just another great one for you to try as well.
Great.
Okay. I'm bombing this, but that's
You're
okay.
doing great. No, you're doing great. And the one other place that is in their product guide, it tells, right, whether it's neat or sensitive. So that's another good place to be able to, for them to reference this information, especially in the beginning, because sometimes they have a book, sometimes they don't have a book, but pretty much they have a product guide. You're doing
real quick.
great, Sean.
You're doing awesome. Sheila, stay in your role. You're good. Lynn, you're the helper. Okay.
Thank you.
So you're the person who knows nothing. Jill, you're doing awesome. And when you say you're bombing it, compared to who?
Well, that's true.
Exactly. Keep going with it. You're doing great. They don't know the difference.
Your face a million times. Anyway, Sheila, so the second item that we talked about, you were talking a little bit about just not having a good night's sleep. And so, again, I think that the lavender oil would be an essential part of your night routine, maybe. Again, diffusing would be an excellent way to use that oil. Or even, like I said, you can put a couple drops in the palm of your hand, take a big whiff of that again, and you will find that you'll, have a good night's sleep.
Can I just pipe in here?
Of course.
The little suggestion is you'll sound a lot more confident if you just remove the words "it might help" or "maybe it could help you." Just eliminate those words.
True.
Lavender is great for sleep.
Being sure of myself. Yeah. Sheila, lavender is great for sleep. I know that you're going to love it, and it's definitely a favorite. So
great.
Yeah. So
Great.
Anyway, now I'm stuck. I really am stuck.
So after you've done each oil and discussed two possibilities for each of them, and you've opened up the book to show her how to use the book, then you can just move right on to the Lifelong Vitality Pack.
Oh, great. Yeah. So I brought, it was fun to go over your all of the oils with you. And so that is something that I know you're going to have a lot of fun with. I wanted to share with you also that I did bring a couple of other items with me today. And one of them is the Lifelong Vitality Pack. It's an awesome product line of vitamins that are offered through doTERRA that provide wellness and lots of support for your system. So I would love to be able to share those with you as well if you're interested.
Sure, you can tell me about them.
Okay, all right. I'm really stuck.
There's they're all plant-based, 9 essential oils, fermented vegetables in there.
Okay. So so the vitamins are awesome. There's 9 essential oils. There's fermented vegetables in them as well. I'm really uncomfortable. I'm sorry. It's all good.
Good that you're uncomfortable. So the vitamins, that's like very small details. You could be reading this off of a sheet that you have. So it's not something you have to memorize. Just know that you're going to touch on the lifelong and how important and valuable it is. Okay. So now you can move to the next part.
Okay. I'm going to just jump in here for a second.
Yeah.
First of all, you've never done this before, as far as I know. So you're rocking it, and it's big learning for all. So you're doing great. And then secondly, the points that are most important to cover with the LOV, in my opinion, is they're great for energy, cellular support, mental support, emotional support, just overall well-being.
Okay.
So I usually like to talk about the destination of what that it's going to give them more so than all the ins and outs and the details of it. So if you know that they say are suffering from anxiety or they need help with sleep, you can bring it back to the LLV is really going to help support you with A, B, C, and D.
Okay.
They don't have to be an expert about the supplements. Just talk about what they're going to deliver to the person.
Okay. Okay, that sounds good. So, Sheila, so anyway, these vitamins are fabulous. And I think that you'll find, in conjunction with the things, that you shared with me with the seasonal allergies and the sleep issues that you're having, these are additional support for those areas of concern for you. And I think that that's going to be very helpful for you in the long run as well. And these are all things that work together. And I think that you'll find also that they're going to be a big part of your daily routine, and you'll wonder where they've been this whole time. So,
great.
Yeah. Do you have any further questions for me, or how are you feeling so far? I know this is a lot to think about and take in, and
yeah, it sounds really exciting. I'd love to have more energy. Yeah, I think I'll put those on my wish list. I
think that would be a great thing for you to incorporate onto your list, and that's something also that I'm struggling. Something that you could share with your entire family. It's awesome support for the entire family. So anyway, have you?
I think one thing that's really key point is the money back guarantee. So if they buy the vitamins, they can use them and then send the whole packaging back and all their money back. So they can try it basically for a month and not have to pay for them.
Okay. Yeah, this is a lot of stuff I haven't covered yet, so it's really helpful. I'm so appreciative. So Sheila, these vitamins are fabulous. And if for any reason you find that they are not working for you, even if you've taken them or, there's some missing out of the bottle, it just does not matter. It's a money back guarantee. That is just not something that you need to worry about, and we'll make sure that that's taken care of for you as well. I do have a question though. Have you ever considered the opportunity to maybe get your oils for free? Am I in the right spot, you guys?
No, you want to talk about the LRP first?
Oh God, and I'm not comfortable with that.
Okay, so you don't have to go into the nitty-gritty. You'll just know that the next part is that you're going to show them how to get into their back office and how to set that up. And if this is your first time, ideally, when you're there, you're going to have somebody with you, your mentor, your enroller, and you're going to see it. And so it's really good practice going through those. So somebody can show you how to do that. But the next part is just showing them how to set up their LRP and what that looks like. Now you can ask your question. Go for it.
Sheila, have you ever, now that we've got everything all set up and you've got your online profile and everything up here and ready to roll, I have a question for you, and I'd just like to know if it's something you've ever considered getting your oils for free. How would that make you feel? It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's exciting. I didn't know that it was possible. I heard you say it in the class really quick, but I didn't realize it was an option.
Yeah, it definitely is. And it's pretty wonderful to be able to take advantage of, our wholesale prices and just be able to extend that on to you. So if that's something that you're interested, what I usually do is set up a little bit of time for you and I to meet, about 30 minutes, and we can go over the way that could happen.
Sure, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Do that.
Okay, all right. Well, should I give her a date now, or?
You're perfect. You've nailed all of it. You did amazing.
Okay.
Yay! Good way to get. You've never done this before, Jill.
Yeah.
Never done this.
Thank you.
Really great.
Thanks for everybody's support and patience.
Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Sheila, for participating.
Thanks, Sheila, for being an awesome sport. And thank you, Lynn, for your help, and Aisha for rocking everything. And Haley as well.
Josie, I know you had raised your hand for a second. Did you want to add something?
Yeah. Jill, that was incredible.
Okay.
For your first time. So great. Yeah. So it's just feeling the pieces. So this is just in general I thought I'd put my sense in about for people of the bullet points with the LLV.
Yeah.
Was sometimes, don't get into all the particulars. If you have a write out, you can. But what I like to focus and highlight is to say the essential oils is plant medicine, and they work directly with our cells, right? Because we've taught that before, that whole cell part, right? That they work directly, you can say receptor site or not, right?
Okay.
Generally sometimes know that now. It's like talked about receptor sites with neurotransmitters, like because of antidepressants, like people kind of know that from commercials, but like, you don't even have to say that. You could say these are the essential oils of plant medicine. They work directly with our cells, but they're not nutrition.
Yeah. Okay.
Our cells also need proper nutrition. And I say one sentence around, we just don't get the same nutrition that we did 50 years ago. Our soil is not the same. People usually have that idea about organic.
Right. Yeah.
They say it's just not the same, even if you eat 100% organic. Where we see, or I see, and I love to say this is my truth too. I love to use the word magic. Where I see the magic happening with people healing themselves is when you bring together the plant medicine and the nutrition on a cellular level. So it's just that big concept.
Yeah.
And that's when the magic happens of healing. Like the oils are great, but when you bring that nutrition in on the cellular level with the oil, with that plant medicine, with those oils, that's when you go into high speed healing. Yeah, that's when the magic happens and you see profound shifts and changes quick. So that can be all we can say. So I love then from the LLV, Haley, we haven't highlighted this, but to jump, that is such a great jumping place to go right into the loyalty rewards.
Okay.
Because what do you guys want? So LLV is $79, whatever, 50 or 80 bucks. I say it's about $79 for these 3 bottles. And then what is the regular price when you're not on LLV? Is it 153? That's the number I need from seasoned people. Because I always get it confused about the different prices. About if you are not buying LLV.
I think it's $198.
When you're buying it wholesale, but not on the loyalty rewards.
Yeah, I think it's $198.
Okay, we'll have to look that up. That number is either 198 or 150. Yeah, it's so much more. So, this idea of saying, so jumping, and so I'm going to show you, this is the benefit of the loyalty rewards is that you start to get points back, like airline miles, that kind of thing. You're earning incredible rewards. And that's how I usually explain it. I say, you can start somewhere at 10% and go all the way up to 30% back. And what that means is I get 30% back. So I always give them a very easy answer.
Yeah.
I get 30% back. So what that means is when I spend $100, and I don't get into PV and all that because that gets confusing.
Yeah.
So I'm saying the truth when I say oils and dollars are a 1-to-1, right?
Okay.
So I always just use that example. I say, so that means when I spend $100 on oils, I get 30 points back to redeem for $30 of free oils. That's what that means.
No brainer.
And people are like, oh, okay, I get that. I don't go into like PV and all these percentages.
I feel like you get lost when there's all of that information.
Too. So if you make it's again, that analogy thing, if you make it easy. So I say, right. So you're getting points back, and that's part of being a loyal customer. And the requirement is to order one thing monthly, but there's 2 huge added benefits also to the loyalty rewards program. One is you get your shipping back in points, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And the second is the vitamins. And I like to highlight and say this to people, to say doTERRA understands that it can get expensive trying to live a natural lifestyle. And when you start buying multiple vitamins and oils and organic, it can add up. Yeah. This is one of the things I absolutely love and why I've partnered with this company. They are trying to make it affordable for the average person to live naturally.
I love that, Joe.
Right? There you go. Yeah, bringing it to that and saying, so that they have massively discounted this vitamin pack. And that's when I bring in you don't have to be a naturopath. You just know that anything similar to this is doctor line vitamins. Anything similar to is going to be at least $200 or $300.
Yeah.
They're offering it on the loyalty rewards for $79 because they want people to have this this is medicine. I use the term medicine for the people. This is medicine for the people.
Awesome. Thank you, Jose.
Okay.
Thank you.
That was awesome. So do you guys see how you can use those vitamins to lead you into the LRP and how it's a super beneficial program? And now you're getting them there below wholesale prices. That was, Joseph, you can post that to our page about your little, what you say, because it was pretty magic. So that was awesome. Thank you for that.
Okay.
Okay, so do you guys feel comfortable now if you go into a wellness consultation, how to do all of those things and then ask about the business opportunity?
Hey, Haley, I want to pipe one thing in.
Please, yes.
I know some of you in this group are been around for a while and some of you are really new. If you've not personally taken the LLV yourself, I highly recommend taking that product so you also have personal experience from it. It is doTERRA's #1 selling product, and from that product alone, I've seen it have miraculous changes in people's lives. So you're really not doing the person a benefit if you don't share it with them, because it is one of those products that is so valuable and so good that I really will ask people to just try it. And if they don't like it, let them know there's that 30-day money back guarantee. Oftentimes I like to ask people to commit to it for 3 months. Just so they can really begin to start seeing the benefits. So just a little more emphasis on there, and not that you need to go on and on and on about the LLV. You don't want to do that either, but want you all to have a little bit of a deeper understanding of why we stress it and why it is so important. Okay, Haley.
Awesome. Thanks, Aish. So hopefully this, I'm going to post for you your exact agenda and what to follow, but this gives you the little pieces of where to fill in your body of it. So you have the foundation of how it's covered, and now you have little pieces of what the best put in there. So thank you both for your contribution and everybody who participated. So I'm going to give you your homework for this week is you're going to schedule at least 2 follow-up appointments. And if you haven't had one-on-ones or classes where this is possible, you need to have at least 2 one-on-ones or a class by next week. So I would suggest doing your 2 follow-ups, and you're going to also ask for the business opportunity in both of those. So ideally, you're going to either schedule 2 business overviews off of your 2 follow-ups, or you're going to ask for 2 referrals. Everything in pairs. So I will post that for you right after I get off of this so that you have it to follow along with, and you can add in anything that Josie and Aisha have contributed to help with your scripting in it. But just remember, you don't have to be the expert. So just bring your reference material and say, I don't know, because I'll tell you the most empowering thing is when somebody's sitting in there and they think you're the expert and they're wondering if they can actually do what you do. And they're like, I can't be an expert and I don't know all this stuff and I don't know how you know all of it. The second you say, I don't know, you just gave them permission to also be the person who doesn't know, and they have to look it up. So they might think, I can do that. I can sit with somebody and have a conversation and tell them I don't know, and then look up the answer. So it's a really empowering thing. It's not a detriment. It's not a weakness. It's a really great strength for other people.
Haley?
Yes?
Just the last thing, just to kind of piggyback off what you're saying, taking one of the reference books with you and looking something up with whoever you're talking to is a way to really empower them and teach them how to fish. And so sometimes even if you do know the answer, you can say, oh, hey, let's look that up together and see what it recommends. Because right then you're showing them how to find the answers. So I'd like to add that in. And secondly, for all of you, again, that are new, we're all going to stumble, and the way we get better is just to do it over and over and over and over and over again. And success in this business is really about consistency in action and getting up and trying and stumbling and dusting yourself off and just continuing that. So by getting uncomfortable and doing your videos and going through this role playing, I mean, I get it. I know how awkward and silly we can all feel in doing this, but this is how you become a diamond. This is how you become a blue and a presidential diamond, is by taking this consistent action. And all of us that are a little further along on the trail, it's only because we've fallen down more, and we keep falling down regardless of where we are in the journey. So I want to commend all of you for being present, for being here, for trusting us, for getting uncomfortable, for, you know, working your way through it, because I have a feeling, Jill, when you're then ready to go through your appointment, you're gonna go through it so much more confidently and smoothly. I bet you're gonna rock it because you've had this experience of stumbling through it with us. So there really is a lot of value in this role playing. And I know we can kind of be like, oh, this is really silly and stupid, I don't want to do this. But there is so much value here, and I see how it really helps support everybody in their confidence and everybody's growth. So thank you all for showing up.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. So we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Bye.
Have a great day, you guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.